See, Mike the problem. I can take it for you, dude.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Today we have a series of shorts, and I know it's going to go on late. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a very brief introduction with the cast of just two of them, because unfortunately some of the other directors couldn't be here and their cast couldn't be here. But we've got two. We've got Kaushik and Nadira from Refraction. If you could come up here, please. And from 15 years later, we have, well, Manish unfortunately had a surgery on his leg, the director, and cannot be here. But if Suman is here, she's supposed to do something about FaceTime with him. So if she gets in here, we'll do that. Otherwise, we have Tracy Mulholland, Matt McGregory, and Rachel Bronson. If you can please join us up here. Tracy, are you going to join us? Yes. What we're going to do is ask each of them to speak a little bit about their film, so that if it gets too late and you're not able to ask them the relevant questions, I know that's normally done after the film, but since it's a late night, we're going to talk to them now, and then let's see if they can hang around, get questions after. Otherwise, at least you'll have talked to them now. So can I start with you? And if you can give us a brief description of 15 years later, and then tell us, here you are, and then tell us your roles in the film, and maybe I'll ask you questions when you go. I'll ask you. Okay, tell me about the inception of the film. I know Manish wrote it and directed it.
We did, yes. Hi, I'm Tracy Mulholland. I produced the film with Manish, and I also act in it with Rachel Brosnahan and Matt McGorry. And the film follows two men post 9/11 and how their lives have changed post 9/11, and they meet up in an altercation, and what that means in terms of this Indian man's identity and this Caucasian cop's identity and how they collide. And that's basically, I won't give much more than that about our film.
Okay, Rachel, tell us firstly about your casting. How did you meet Manish, or did he know you before he cast you? And your role in the film, can you give us a little bit of brief about that?
Sure. Yeah, I've known Manish for about 6 years.
Okay.
We did a film together 6 years ago. And Manish approached me, told me a little bit about what the film was about, that he had written it and was looking to direct it. And I was immediately excited about the idea of working with him in another and brand new capacity, and also loved the script and subject matter. I play Amy, who is Manish's character's girlfriend, who plays a role in helping him embrace his identity in a time of crisis for him.
Okay. Matt, tell us the same thing. How you get, whether did you know Manish before, and if you didn't, how he cast you?
Thank you for repeating it. My short-term memory is not great. I did not know Manish before. I knew Tracy before. We attended the same summer camp, and I know, lifelong friends. And about a couple days or a week before I got the email from her about the film, we ran into each other at a restaurant in LA, and she said that she had something that she was going to be emailing me about, but if you live in Los Angeles, you know not to depend on anything anyone says. And she sent me the script, and and told me the vision, and I think part of why she reached out was the activism that I do in relation to anti-racism work and anti-police brutality and mass incarceration. And so Manish and I got to meet after that and chat, and understood that our politics were very much in line in terms of what we were hoping that the audience would take away, or the kind of conversations that the film would stir up. And in an industry where oftentimes things are unconsciously supporting negative stereotypes and or even, giving simplistic, sort of superficial ideas of the roles of policing in our society, to find something that was very much approached it with a deeper sort of critical lens, really appealed to me.
Before I talk to the others, can each of you tell the audience what you're involved in at the moment and what they will know you from? I know they will, so when you say it, they'll know.
I used to do street magic in New York City. I wore the same suit, gets tailored larger.
Square Park, you know.
That's right, on the corner of 23rd and 6th too. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I've lived in New York my whole life, I can't remember. That's right, I am now. I was in Orange is the New Black, which was a Netflix show for a couple seasons, and now I'm currently on How to Get Away with Murder, which is an ABC show. I've done some film work as well, and that's me.
Rachel?
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm currently shooting the second season of an Amazon show called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And previously you may have seen me on House of Cards or a whole lot of other things for a long time.
I am Tracy again. Probably the most famous thing I've done is Crazy Stupid Love, and I make a mean face for 1.2 seconds. So you might have caught me doing that.
Now you're producing.
And now I
Now you're
produce. I'm
producing.
developing a TV show called Girl at a Bar, and Manish and I are looking for a feature for him to direct that I would produce.
And I know that all of you know Manish Dayal. He's a friend of the festival for many years. So we will now talk to the cast, well, not necessarily the actor from Refraction, because the director isn't here. We've got the actor and the producer. So if you, Kaushik, if you could take it from here, tell us about how you got involved with Refraction and whether you've known the director before and what you're doing in the movie.
Sure. Hello, everyone. Refraction is a very personal piece for myself and Nadira. Essentially, it was a script that I was working on for quite a while, and when you're writing a script, you're not quite sure what you want. It's like you're carving a stone until you unearth the stone or the diamond. You don't know what you're trying to say. And what I realized my film was it was a testament to Mother Nature, motherland, and mothers. And at that time, my mother was battling cancer. And I realized this film was a testament to her. And it's the last thing she said to me was to make this film. So when people saw that I had to make this film, we had all the people that are working on the big Hollywood productions in Australia, because they shoot a lot over there.
That's Manish, sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Keep
Sorry.
going, no, keep going.
Okay.
Let him finish, and then Manish, we're going to get back to you.
Yeah.
And they want to be part of this project, and essentially it's about one of the most ancient tribes in Australia and the connection they have to the Indian people. And it's also, there's a political, it touches on political issues that are happening in Australia, the treatment of Indigenous people and asylum seekers, but we say it in a mystical way. We don't believe in forcing a message down anyone's throat. It's about letting you feel and think for yourselves.
And how did you get involved in producing it? I mean, did he have to twist your arm, or did you really want to?
No, he just called me up one day and said, "Hey, Nats, Joey, give me a hand with this movie." And I said yes.
Great, that was simple, short and
Simple as
sweet.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the director of 15 Years Later, Manish, on FaceTime. Can we hear him? Manish, can we?
I'm just here to watch and to support, and thank you so much for whoever's holding the phone. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Do you want to say anything, Manish?
Do you want to say anything, Manish?
I sure can. I mean, I know that Rachel, Matt, and Tracy have lots to say and can be more eloquent than me, but I'm just so thankful that, you know, you guys are here to support this movie, and thank you, Arun, for always supporting South Asian cinema and artists and your continued commitment to us and making a platform for us to tell our own stories, because this is a opportunity that we don't always get. So thank you to you and to the New York Indian Film Festival. This film is based on real events, something that happened in Alabama almost 20 years ago. And as we know, racially motivated crime against people of South Asian, Sikh, Arab, and Muslim descent has grown since 9/11. We're seeing a disturbing resurgence, emboldened by the Trump presidency, and a lot of these incidents are ignored and unreported. And I wanted to tell this story to spotlight this issue and to shine a light on this difficulty that so many of us are facing right now in our country. And I could not have done it without the immense talent of Matt McGorry, Rachel Brosnahan, and Tracy, who have been so better for me. And I just want to turn it over to them, but thank you all for being here tonight. Grateful that you showed up to support these short films. Thank you.
How is your knee doing? Your knee?
Yes, tell us about your knee.
My knee is completely, I'm 3 weeks out, still in rehab every day. I'm starting to walk. I started to walk yesterday.
Great! Woohoo! Manish, all three of them have already spoken about their roles, but if you want to say anything zippy about any of them, go for it.
I would love to. I think one of the most interesting and challenging parts of this experience was really finding and humanizing Matt McGorry's character. To make a movie that has a perspective, two very different perspectives. For us to really understand and emote with both people, we needed to humanize Matt's character and not make him a one-dimensional, cop, villain, racist cop. And I thought that that was one of the challenges, and I think that Matt did such a good job in making him human, making him accessible, making him a real person. Rachel's character is very dynamic because it allowed this sort of trifecta where we have, two white people in these scenes, in the scene where there is a where they're pulled over, and we see that these perspectives connect, but ultimately they don't. And we have a little discussion about what it means to be white today and how that varies from Samir's perspective and Amy's perspective after the altercation. And Tracy, of course, is an example of where Matt's life has gone and how his life has deteriorated since 9/11, and how his inability to love and how that is expressed. And all these actors did such a tremendous job. Again, I cannot say enough good things about them. They're incredible.
Well, congratulations, and I know this is your directorial and your screenplay debut, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah.
Well, it's a great way to start, Manish, and lots of love from all of us. And I'm so glad we were able to bring you up on this. I'm digitally or electronically challenged, so this has to be one of my volunteers who did this, I have to tell you. But thank you. Thank you all very, very much. Thanks, Manish. It was great to get you here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye. And thank you, all of you. Thank